uchembere ndi ufulu. Freedom and choice.
Promoting sexual, reproductive health and rights.
Hello there, welcome to the first edition of Freedom and Choices, a sexual and reproductive health and rights program produced by the Centre for Solutions Journalism, CSJ in Chiladzulu. In today's program, I'll be talking to Mr. Brian Ligomeka, the Executive Director for the Centre for Solutions Journalism. Please stay there. You're welcome to the program, Mr. Ligomeka.
Thank you very much.
Now, would you please tell us what Centre for Solutions is? What does Centre for Solutions do?
Centre for Solutions Journalism is a human rights organization. Mostly it uses the media to promote sexual and reproductive health rights and even other rights which people should enjoy. We also engage in community outreach programs. We engage communities in the villages. We even engage relevant stakeholders in our work, like media practitioners, religious leaders, traditional leaders, and once in a while even politicians, so that they can support policies that have to do with sexual and reproductive health and rights.
All right, CSJ is producing Freedom and Choices, a sexual and reproductive health program. What is this program all about? What is it going to contain? What should a viewer expect of this program?
The viewers should expect a lot from this program. This program will discuss issues of sexual and reproductive health and rights from A to Z, from beginning to the end. We are aware and we know as an organization that there are other players who also produce programs on sexual and reproductive health and rights, but we believe that we will take a step further, doing more than what they are doing. A number of players are promoting things like abstinence. Others are promoting the use of condoms. Others are promoting, encouraging women to go and deliver in the hospitals. Others are focusing on adolescents, the youth, and sexual reproductive health and education. In our case, we will even tackle issues that the other organizations are not tackling. We are talking of issues like unsafe abortions and even issues like post-abortion care. So besides talking about issues of abstinence, issues of using condoms, issues of family planning and contraceptives, we are going to take a step further even to discuss taboos that surround sexual and reproductive health issues. And this includes the difficult issue of abortion, which everybody is trying to avoid, to discuss about.
Considering that Malawi is a very conservative nation when it comes to talking about sensitive issues, you've talked about abortion and you've emphasized that this program will basically talk about abortions and things of that sort. Do you think people or guests in this program will be able to talk about abortion freely, to talk about terminating pregnancies? Will they be able to talk about such things on television?
We are not a conservative nation. Maybe we should say that we are a nation full of hypocrites. The reason is that sexual unions are happening, unsafe abortions are happening, and people have even different views about abortion. What we have done in this program is that we have given them that platform which they can use now to articulate their diverse views on the issue of abortion. This is very important because at the moment a lot of women and girls injure themselves when procuring abortion using unorthodox means. Some even die in the process. So somebody who lost a daughter should be able to discuss this issue, or somebody who have had an abortion and lost her womb or uterus should be able to discuss this issue. Even the religious leaders have their own views about these issues. The politicians, we who are in that sector of sexual and reproductive health, we also have issues. And this program will give us that platform where we can interact, discuss, and agree or choose to disagree on these issues for the betterment of women and girls, for the betterment of boys and men, for the betterment of Malawians who need to enjoy their sexual and reproductive health and rights to the fullest.
What has prompted CSJ to be producing Freedom and Choices? What really happened? What made you choose this program?
When Malawi government, through Ministry of Health and our own University of Malawi, conducted research on the issue of abortion, the outcomes were startling. The figures were alarming. It's when we discovered that over 141,000 women and girls induce abortion every day. So thousands and thousands of women from different religion backgrounds, from different cultural backgrounds are inducing abortion. The question is, why are we silent about it? We can no longer be silent about it. We can no longer hide under the shadow of living in a conservative nation when those things are happening. So we believe that we should open the lid, we should break the silence, and we should give people platforms to discuss these issues so that we can save the lives of girls and women who at the moment are suffering complications, are having injuries, or sometimes are losing lives due to the problem of unsafe abortion in Malawi. This is what has prompted us to say we will move in and intervene so that we can improve the lives of our women in Malawi, thereby reducing pregnant-related deaths, which we always call maternal deaths or maternal mortality in most cases.
Well, viewers, you're watching Freedom and Choices, a sexual and reproductive health and rights program produced by the Centre for Solutions Journalism, CSJ, in Chiladzulu. In today's program, I am talking to Mr. Brian Ligomeka, the Executive Director for the Centre for Solutions Journalism. Mr. Ligomeka,
Yes.
You've talked about abortion causing deaths. What is the magnitude of the deaths that abortion is causing lately, if you have the figures?
Certainly. One of the first things that we should know is that out of 100,000 women who are pregnant or who intend to give birth, 439 women die. So 439 women out of 100,000 women who are pregnant die. They die due to pregnant-related causes. And one of the pregnant-related causes that is killing our women is actually the problem of unsafe abortion. There are others as well. So the problem is big. That when about 100,000 women in Malawi are pregnant to give birth or decide to terminate their pregnancy, you find that over 430 women are dying. The question is, should we allow that huge number of women to be dying? That's not only the case. When the researchers from University of Malawi went around the hospitals, they discovered that over 141,000 women in Malawi procure abortion each year. That's the magnitude that we have.
Are those unsafe abortions or just abortions?
Those are just abortions, but over half of that are unsafe. So over 70,000 abortions are unsafe. What happens is that when they procure those abortions, they have complications, they are bleeding heavily, the women will rush back to the government hospital to seek assistance. When they go there, the government realizes that this woman had an abortion. Of course, the woman would lie that I had a natural miscarriage, but doctors would see that no, this somebody was trying to induce. So, in 2015 alone, over 141 women rushed to the hospital. That's why we know that the problem is huge. The magnitude is huge. Women, married or unmarried, girls, whether at school or out of school, are facing this crisis, are facing this problem. They are dying, we are losing them, and it's a big problem. Unfortunately, because we claim to be religious, conservative, or culturally right, we don't want even to discuss it. We don't want even to talk about it. When you don't discuss something, you don't find a solution to the problem. That's why we say, let's have this platform so that we can have conversations, we can discuss about it, and then we can find the right solution to the problem.
Is there anything that the government is doing about this?
Oh yes, the government is concerned. When women and girls are dying because of pregnancy-related causes, there are a number of interventions that our government is doing. One of the things that people should know, and our viewers should know, is that there are a number of things that cause women to die when they are pregnant. One of them are the HIV and AIDS infection. And the intervention that government has done is that at the moment, the government is providing free ARVs, which are life-prolonging drugs, to intervene in that problem. Another problem which can also cause deaths amongst the pregnant women is the problem of malaria. At the moment, any pregnant woman is actually given malaria medication to try to arrest that problem. Another one which causes pregnant women to die even when delivering is the issue of bleeding. And the government has even bought the right medicines, the right drugs to arrest that problem. The problem which people are jittery and are afraid to talk about is the problem of unsafe abortion. Because the moment you start talking about unsafe abortion, people bring in their morals, their religion, their fears, and their whatsoever. As they do that, women and girls continue dying. That's the problem. So, when the situation became worse and government even realized that the gynecological wards in different hospitals are congested with women and girls who were inducing unsafe abortion, what government has done was to ask the Law Commission to investigate. The Law Commission investigated, discovered the magnitude of the problem, and suggested that one of the best ways to deal with the problems is actually to enact a new law. In that new law, it has expanded some grounds under which women and girls can access abortion. For instance, at the moment when a girl is raped, whether she is 14, 16, 18, she will not be allowed to induce abortion at the hospital. But in the proposed law, any girl who is raped will be able to be given a chance to be assisted by the doctors so that she does not injure herself or she does not die when she goes to a herbalist. Another ground that has been added is that there is an increase of fathers or even stepfathers raping and sleeping with their own daughters and even stepdaughters. The Law Commission, after making consultations, they also proposed that those who have been defiled in incest cases should be able to access the service in hospitals. Obviously, there is another one. When the doctors discover that the pregnancy that the woman is carrying may kill her, that woman is also eligible to access a safe termination in hospital. These are the proposals that have been made. So to answer your question specifically, to address the problem of unsafe abortion, government has decided to review the current abortion law, because the law that we are using at the moment is outdated. It was formed actually by the British, formulated then in the 1930s. Britain reformed this law. Malawi is still stuck with a colonial law. That's why now the government has decided that no, let us look at this, let us review this, so that we can reduce maternal deaths that are actually fueled by the problem of unsafe abortion. So law reform is the intervention which the government has made at the moment.
Why is it taking time to be enacted? According to what you've explained, it really seems like a very important legislation.
It's an important piece of legislation. It's a good law. It's a liberal law. But as a nation, let us admit it, we are slow at doing things. We are a slow nation in many aspects. I recall some time back, we wrote a good document called Vision 2020. One of the countries in Africa picked the same document, modeled theirs on ours, and started implementing that what is in Vision 2020, which Malawi government actually drafted. That country now is developing faster than Malawi. Reason, we are very, very slow. On the issue of reforming our laws on abortion, Mozambique, they heard that Malawians are working on their law. They quickly did it. Their parliament passed it. Their president endorsed it. Whilst we are still arguing, discussing. Reason, we are slow at doing things. Some people believe that their personal views matter on the issues of law reform. Some people have even no regard for the precious lives of women who are dying due to unsafe abortion. So they will bring all sorts of funny arguments trying to derail the efforts that the government is doing in order to save women who are dying from the problem of unsafe abortion. That's why we are somehow dilly-dallying in enacting our own law. But as I said, Malawi Law Commission, which is a government agency, drafted that piece of law, submitted it to Ministry of Health. What is remaining is for Ministry of Health to take that piece of legislation and push it to Cabinet. Once Cabinet accepts it, it will present that in Parliament for discussion. We will have a law. The way Zambia have a good law on abortion, Zimbabwe have a good law on abortion, Mozambique has a good law on abortion, South Africa has a good law on abortion, even a very religious country like Tunisia, where they believe in Sharia law, they have a liberal law on abortion. Malawi, funny arguments, slow discussions, and our women and girls are dying.
If this termination of pregnancy bill is enacted, would it affect the Malawi's economy in any way?
Yes, it will affect the economy. At the moment, when that desperate girl wants to terminate her unwanted pregnancy, say after rape, she will go to a traditional healer. She will be given a herbal concoction. That medicine he will take from a traditional healer will cause complication. Her uterus, her womb may start to rot. When that is rotting, she will be rushed to the hospital. At the hospital, she will be given admission that maybe will spend a week in the hospital. Government is spending money on the medicine. Government is spending money on the doctors working on her. Government is spending money on bedtime. Government is spending money on the food she's eating in the hospital for a week. That's how expensive it is. If that desperate woman or girl were to go to a hospital, she should only be given 4 tablets, and she would induce her abortion. Should not be admitted. Within 1 hour, nobody would actually know that she has induced an abortion. It's far much cheaper to allow women who are desperate for a service to assist them in hospital than to allow them to go to a herbalist, injure themselves, then admit them to hospitals for 1 or 2 weeks. So, yes, government will save a lot of money. Conservative estimates say that government at the moment is almost spending $1 million treating women and girls who injure themselves when procuring unsafe abortions at herbalists at any other quack in town.
Now, personally, what do you think about abortion?
Well,
not as the executive director for CSJ.
Yes, not as a... Even before I became executive director of CSJ, I lost my niece, my 17-year-old niece, who went to terminate her pregnancy. As a human being, as an individual, as a person, I would have loved that niece to be alive today. I would have loved that. Because if that niece was alive today, her church would have benefited. She would have been paying her tithe every week. The government would have benefited. She would have been paying taxes every month. So, even outside this work, I wouldn't want any woman to die because of pregnancy-related causes. Be it abortion, be it severe bleeding, be it HIV and AIDS, be it malaria. I wouldn't want us to lose any one single woman due to pregnancy-related issues.
Many religious groups look at abortion as a sin. Does this proposed termination of pregnancy bill consider that?
Interesting question. Very, very interesting. Do you know what? Churches, religious groups do not even agree on what a sin is. You go to one church, they will tell you beer drinking is a sin. You go to another church, you will find that pastors and leaders of that church enjoy their beers. You go to one church, they will tell you that eating pork is a sin. You go to another church, you will find leaders of that church enjoying that eating pork is not a sin. You can eat any food that will not defile you. So, you go to one church, you will find that marrying more than 2 women is a sin. You go to another church, you will find a church leader having 3 or 4 wives, and he doesn't see that as a sin. First thing, religious groups don't agree on what constitutes to be a sin. It's even on the same issue of abortion. People choose to drink beer, it's their choice. People choose not to drink beer, it's their choice. Those who choose to terminate their unwanted pregnancy, it's their choice, it's their right. Those who say, no, we cannot do that, it's also their right and choice. When the law will be in place, one girl is raped and she says, I will keep my pregnancy, she will be respected. Another girl is raped and she says, no, this pregnancy is causing me trouble and psychological traumas. She should be given a choice and a chance to terminate it. So, to answer your question, churches don't agree on what constitutes a sin. And let us not pretend that one sin is actually more evil than the other. Lying is a sin, beer drinking is a sin, even converting is a sin. So there are so many sins that people are committing. And the government is, when it is making the law, is not affected by what people are discussing in the church. It makes the law for the benefits of the citizenry. So the law on abortion will be made to benefit those who seek such services. Those who say, no, we don't want it, the government will respect them. It's their right. Those who say, no, we don't need that service, it's their right. So when you put beer there, one church leader will take that beer, it's their choice. Another one will say, no, that's a sin, it's their choice. The same issue with this one. It's the choices that people have made. Should we let this woman die because she has an unsafe abortion? Yes. If some people believe yes, it's their choice in their church. But if another church will say, no. Let the hospitals assist them. Then the hospitals should assist them. We should remember, doctors save physical lives, and religious leaders deal with issues of souls. So Those are different things.
What should the viewer expect when they hear freedom and choices?
This is a wonderful program, a program not to be missed, because some of the things that people cannot talk with their daughters, with their wives even, will be discussed in this program. We will break the taboos that are killing women's lives. We will also give platforms and chances to even people who have opposing views. That's the advantage. They will express their views. So, in this program, we will feature doctors, traditional leaders, the young people, the politicians, and whosoever is interested in issues of freedom and choice, in issues of sexual and reproductive health. And on top of that, this program will not only be in English. That's why this program is Freedom and Choices, and its Chichewa version is Uchembere Ndi Ufulu. Even people who are articulate in Chichewa will be given a chance. Even if people would like to discuss the issue in Tumbuka, Olomwe, we will provide that forum to them. So it's a program for Malawians, not actually for Center for Solutions Journalism. We are just producers of the program.
All right, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Well, dear viewers, we have come to the end of this program, Freedom and Choices, a sexual reproductive health program and rights produced by the Centre for Solutions Journalism, CSJ. Make a date with another program of Freedom and Choices next week. Until then, you have been with me, Evin Sandu.
Kochotsa mimba manseri mama osatetezeka angonongeka angotenga chimtengo cha chinangwa mahangala angomwasafu zitsamba za msinganga kungodzivula sahuko kamba kopalamu